Hello, sir. Firstly, congratulations on the inception of GSOE Awards 2024. So, in the second chapter of this prestigious award ceremony of the greatest show on earth, what are the new surprises that we can expect from you?
Oh well, firstly let me tell you that I am not a man of surprises. I would like things to be more predictable. So getting back to your question, last year we started GSOE Awards, and uh, though we had a bit of a teething problem, the initial hiccups, but we were very happy that we could give it to 12 pujos, and we have got two very strict criteria. One is it had to be below 50 lakh budget, and second was that 60% of the money that we give them has to go to the end artisan, like the one who makes the thakur or the pandal or the dhaki or the lighting. 40% the pujo committee can keep. Now this year we are doing a bit of a relaxation on the upper end of the budget, so we are bringing the budget from 50 lakh to 60 lakhs. But on the other hand, we are saying that 75% of the money that we are giving to a puja committee has to go to the end user. So GSOE, as being our philanthropic idea, we always want the main artisan, the people who are coming from the villages, and then a whole year this money they take back for feeding their children and all. We want the end guy to get it. We would appreciate that guy with art. So now the surprises, there is not much surprise, but what we are doing is we are expanding the geographical territory. So last year we were confined to Calcutta. Now this year we are getting into 4 more towns. There is Kolani, Barashat, Newtown, Bali. So which means that there is a huge number of footfall, and people the pujo craze is very high here, and so we want to give the best pujos here some kind of a recognition and award. However, the competition will be very strong in the Kolkata region because there are the other awards are all here. So we have got 4 categories this year. One is concept, one is art and ambience, one is idol. So 3 main categories we've got. And there is something coming up, Shera this year, so the best of the best. And the real surprise, which you said, okay, there is a surprise that GSOE will go international this year. So I think we are the only company, or the only, I heard that there are about 89 corporates and other people who give awards for Durga Puja. But I think we will be the only one who is international, because this year we will be also giving one Bangladeshi Pujo some kind of an award and recognition. So that way we are আমরা প্রতিবেশীর কাছে পৌঁছে যাচ্ছি. We will go to our immediate neighboring country.
Sir, why is it called the greatest show on earth, or GSOE? Like, why are you calling Durga Pujo GSOE? So, is it because you are Bengali and you are passionate about Durga Pujo, or there is some other reason?
Oh, well, I cannot deny the fact I'm a Bengali. Neither can the world now deny the fact that Durga Puja is not the greatest show on earth. Now, I have my logic for that. Let me justify. So, to answer you, okay, if I was not a Bengali, suppose I was a Portuguese, or I was somewhere Caucasian, still if I had the good luck to see Durga Puja in my life, and to see other huge festivals of the world, and if I had the judging power to judge, okay, what is the biggest one, I would say Durga Puja is one. And I've traveled extensively. I've traveled 46 countries now. Extensively I've traveled across the world, Europe and North America and Australia, Asia, out of Africa. South America I've never been, but I know a lot of the Rio Carnival also. I've heard, I've seen, I've taken first level of inputs from people who've been there many times. And if you look at all the festivals, all, by the sheer size of the people who are involved, of the number of people whole year's income, whole year's spending, all depends on one festival. The GDP of this festival is more than the GDP of many countries of the world. Only just festival GDP is more than many countries of the world. So there, in the world there are 210 countries. So I just read an article where the GDP of Durga Puja is more than 80 countries of the world. So just imagine of India, and India there is one state West Bengal, and then there is Kolkata, and then there is Durga Puja, and the GDP is so big. So if I start telling you all the layers of Durga Puja, which makes it the biggest show on earth, then it'll probably take me a week to tell you. But going by the sheer numbers of 11 million people associated with it, and the amount of money involved and everything else, I think there is nothing to beat this. Does that answer the question, or you still doubt that okay, I'm a Bengali, so I call it the greatest show on earth?
No, sir, I am convinced. So, we can only imagine how hectic managing like a group of companies can be. So, yet you found a way to contribute to this greatest festival of Bengal. So, was it a business decision or it was a passionate one?
Tough one. This is a tough one. See, of course, it started with passion, and now let me tell you. So, I don't call myself a typical businessman. A typical businessman confines himself to balance sheets and everything else, and to the profit and loss. I call myself a business painter, because I can imagine things. I can actually look at a scenario where we can, like a canvas, we can start putting ideas and getting things done. So it was a passionate decision, definitely. I'll tell you why it happened, why it all started. Because I travel very frequently, and in the evenings after the meetings are done, generally I have nothing to do. So if I'm sitting in a cafe or a small bar in any part of the world, it's my I love to talk to stranger people, and just have a chat with them, what they do. And with this thing, I started, wherever I am, I'm talking to people. And when they ask me a little bit about Kolkata and all, and I see that the only thing of Calcutta that I can really tell, with no offense to anything else, is Durga Puja. This is one topic I found for many years, telling people, you can't imagine how Durga Puja is and all that. Of course, we have a feel good factor to it, because our childhood and all has been here, and we've seen Durga Puja. But apart from that, now that Kolkata Durga Puja is a UNESCO thing and it's become a melting pot of culture, it is one of the things that you can talk about from Calcutta, and where people will give you a good audience. So from this, when I started talking to people in Latvia, in Russia, in so many places of the world, I see that no one has heard it. So from that, at the Jed Chaploje, how it is possible that it is such a big thing, such a big scale, and no one knows about it. And look at Oktoberfest in Germany. Millions of people across the world are excited about Oktoberfest, but in actual Oktoberfest, the total number of people does not even cross 10 lakhs. It is much less than 10 lakhs. And the fest is more about food and everything else. Here there are so many layers. So from that, the decision came that let me start telling foreigners, and then let me bring people from across the world to see Durga Puja. It all started as a passion. I said, let's not make any money here. Whatever is the actual cost, let's just put it on that and let them come and see. There has been occasions when I have paid from my pocket many times, that some of their hotel cost and some of their food. Sometimes I've paid a couple of people's flight cost also. I have paid. So I think that from my passion, I have been putting money in to show people, with the expectation that when they go back, they tell a lot of other people, this is something spectacular. And now it is giving results. People, by word of mouth, it's spreading. Now more and more people call me and say, boss, I want to come down. So this is a passionate decision, but now of course, coming from a business fraternity, I'm trying to kind of give it a boundary condition and put some, I would not say business objectives, but at least make it business wise, uh, sustainable. So that, because I cannot pay from my pocket all my life, then it doesn't become sustainable. The day I die, this project dies. But if it's sustainable, then even if I'm not there tomorrow, this GSOE will keep inviting and attracting foreigners for Durga Puja.
So you were just saying that you have paid at times for tourists from your own pockets. So that brings me to my next question to you. That is, we heard that last year GSOE awards were gone to 12 clubs. So were they sponsors or they were also from your pocket only?
See, no, honestly, it was a mix of both. So we were very lucky. We got quite a few sponsors last year. We got, I think, 11 sponsors, and one of them was PS Group was a big sponsor. We had Terra Motors, the Japanese company, was a sponsor. We had quite a few number of other sponsors also. We got Runtime, we had Pathfinder Group, we had. I have to check. There are other. I think so. We had quite a few sponsors, but I think that about served 50% of whatever we were giving out. The rest, I contributed from my group of companies. So we've got our engineering college GMIT. So they pulled in some money. There's a French company I run where I'm the managing director here, Bassetti. They pulled in some money. There's another company, Inceptual, which is also part of our group. They pulled in money. This is how we got things done. So I would say that last year was a 50-50. This year there is a surprise, but we are getting a very, very big sponsor, and it's a very, very well known international brand. I'm not yet supposed to say the name, but they are coming on board.
Okay. So this brings to my last question of this session. That is, GSOE is now a well-established brand across the globe. So what are your visions of this enterprise in the near future?
Okay, it is your last question, but this answer is the biggest answer. Okay? Because again, I'm a person, I don't stay in the present. I stay in the future. I love to stay in the future. So you asked me a question on the future. This is part of my syllabus question. So let me tell you. Firstly, we started GSOE with the sole purpose of bringing foreigners to see Durga Puja in Kolkata. Then, as it was evolving during the Corona period, there were some setbacks. People were not coming. Travel was banned. So we said that okay, now let us bring something a little bit extra. What we brought in? We brought in these awards, because if foreigners cannot come on a particular year because of Corona, GSOE would not stop. At least GSOE will continue its good run by kind of incentivizing the artisans around Kolkata by doing these awards. And also with more and more awards, more and more competition, the overall quality of the art goes up. And GSOE or Durga Puja, I don't see it as a cultural festival. I see it as the biggest street art festival in the world. Incomparable amount of street art. So now see how it is evolving. So we started with foreigners to come in, then we started with GSOE awards, and now I was in Berlin a few months back for the ITB Berlin, which is the biggest tourism fair in the world. And very few people were taking me seriously. So I said, what is the problem? So first day I went, nobody took me seriously. Second day I went, nobody took me seriously. Third day, I asked the same set of people, what happened? Why are you not taking me seriously? They said, boss, you are a joke. I said, why am I a joke? And it's my passion. But they said, see, a passion cannot sustain unless your company is a full-time company, which is 12 months running. Your company is just a 1 month company. They bring in some foreigners in October and then you shut shop. Why will somebody be your partner and engage with you just for one festival? You have to be a full-on travel company. where you got people to do ticketing, you got people to curate packages for Durga Pujas inbound, and not only for one package, it can be another 10 packages across India. It can be tea tourism, it can be Ajodhya tourism, it can be spiritual tourism, it can be any tourism, but people will come for many festivals. So now that sparked a huge thing in my mind that let us make GSOE a full-time travel company. So if you ask me the future, in the future, number one is of course GSO is doing a lot of inbound travel. We got partners in France and England who are now sending us people. GSOE will also do a lot of outbound travel. That is our that is what we want to do. Now outbound travel means we will have, of course, curated packages for people in Bengal, in local, wherever we are now. We may become very big tomorrow, but as of now, at least in this place, we would be serving the corporates and the individual people to very, very fine-tuned experience tourism packages. That is something that will set us apart. Because we will not be a run-of-the-mill travel company which just does a package. We will be giving you something special, a pinch of salt in your travel, which will make that travel or a holiday memorable for a long, long time. So that is our specialty. So we are now in the process of making certain packages which has got the specialty in it, and very soon we will come up with them. I think in a couple of months we will open them up for the public and for the corporates. So if you ask me the future, then so I can't see a very long vision of a future, but I would say that we will be a company which will be specializing on experience travel, but this I think will be a different chapter tomorrow. Sometime else I'll talk about it. We are also thinking of becoming a very, very, very specialized incentive travel company. So there is a big market for incentive travel. A lot of corporates send people, give incentives to people, the managers, and send them for tours. So we will be, I think, in Eastern India's only incentive travel company where foreigners will come to see Durga Puja as an incentive by their corporates. Same here, corporates will send people to see other festivals as an incentive. So I'm not giving too much away, but that's the future.
Thank you so much, sir, for today's session. Can't wait to look forward to many more such sessions and know more about what you have planned for GSO.
My pleasure.